So today is Tuesday, of course, and actually, it's not Tuesday, it's Monday. But I'm trying to go ahead with this because I'm trying to give people content weekly. So with that being said, it's not Tuesday, it's Monday. Actually, July 25th. I'm all off. So it's July 25th. It is my brother's birthday. Shout out to you, Fat Daddy. Woo woo, happy birthday. Pushing 30, B. But with that being said, let's get right into it. This is Talking Tuesdays for Lalicia Say My Name Bitch podcast, where what we say ain't for play. And no matter your position in life, we all gonna elevate. Now, backstory about the reason why I named my podcast that it does seem vulgar and it might seem inappropriate, but inappropriate for what I'm doing. And I don't say it's inappropriate because it's just a cuss word, but I'm saying it's inappropriate because, bitch can be looking at it as a negative term because it's a curse word. However, I have a lot of people that go around and they mispronounce my name a lot. And for the longest, I would go, oh, you just call me Lisa, or just, and that was me settling or belittling my name, which is given to me, and just kind of tending to everybody else's feelings, needs, and what they want. And no, that's me putting my foot down. So yeah, that's the backstory on Say My Name Bitch podcast. So it's La Licia, and a lot of people have a hard time pronouncing the La. Don't know why, but anyway, gotta get into it. With that being said, today's topic is about bullying. It's July. Some schools start in August, some schools start in September. I think a lot of schools are starting August now, and I'm from the East Coast, Virginia to be exact. And we always start in September. Some schools starts in August. My babies went to private school in Virginia. They started in August. So with that being said, this is around about that time where this subject will definitely see fit. So with that being said, bullying is the topic. Now, my question to everybody else is, if there are two parts in a bullying situation, the person who is being bullied and the person who is bullying. And what I do all the time is I like to express my opinion. A couple times I try to get a couple guests to come on here. Then what I will do, I will upload this video tomorrow. Hopefully I do get somebody who's willing to volunteer some time. What I do like to do is get people who are, in my opinion, are open-minded and non-judgmental. However, they're very smart. And like I said, hopefully I can get somebody. If not, this video will be uploaded tomorrow on the 26th with just me. With that being said, in the situation where children are bullied at school, I want to know people's opinion. Who do you see? Who do you see that? Who is it that has a problem? Now, I think a lot of people are going to agree with me. A lot of times when children are bullied, when children are bullies, because in my opinion, it's the bullied child that needs the help. Because a child is running around taunting others, picking on others, trying to find a downfall of others. There's something wrong at home. 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 I already say there's something wrong with the upbringing. And that all boils down to there's something wrong at home. So with that being said, basically that's my opinion. There's something wrong at home. Oh my gosh, these things are cricket. But anywho's, yeah, like granted, some people might say, well, the child who's getting bullied may need a tougher skin. And like I said, I'm an optimistic person, and I see all points of views, and I try to be open-minded when it comes to things like that. But yeah, they might say the person who's getting bullied, maybe they're just soft, maybe they're just sensitive, maybe they just need a tougher skin. But in my opinion, I feel as children grow up, they're genuinely who they are. And with that being said, it's just like, if you have a child who's naturally timid or naturally feminine, it might be a boy, and they be like, oh, he's gay, and it's like, well, he doesn't have to be gay just because he like the color pink. I know some very masculine men that like the color purple, and I mean, purple is an awesome color because I like purple too. But with that being said, it's just like, a child shouldn't, feel that they have to adjust their ways or act a certain way or be a different person just because that's not what fits in the box category of normal for people. Now, I do like the wave that the world is on with the whole letting people do them, but I got some issues that I don't agree with. But with that being said, we're not going to get too deep into that. That'll be another subject for another day. But when you have a child who's bullying other kids, I think that their parent need to be notified and say, hey, your child is doing X, Y, and Z. Now I've had situations in school where that's not been the case, and yes, Virginia, Richmond public schools, Henrico public schools, awful, awful. I will say that awful job at addressing those issues. Awful job at making sure those situations don't happen. Awful job at being doing their due diligence to looking at a student's file. I don't know who's responsible for looking at these files, but looking at these files and say, okay, this is the child that has this disability. Oh, hey, this is a child that grew up in this type of environment. Oh, hey, this is a child who's dealt with homelessness. Let's not make it so this child sticks out like a sore thumb, or let's not make it so this child feel like they're being treated special than the rest of them. But let's keep an eye on this child to make sure they're not disrupting the rest of the school. Let's keep an eye on this child to make sure they're not causing problems for other kids who are here to learn and listen and are able to go home to a safe haven and feel secure there. You don't want them to come to school and be feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with this. And I mean, that go even goes to, and y'all know I go off subject a lot because that's me, but even that goes to when, you know, when you are an adult and you're working a lot, and when you're working and you feel like you got to go to this job where you're like, oh my gosh, I got to go in this place, I really don't want to do this. And you know, nobody should live like that. Nobody at all. My light just went off, didn't know why, but I'm thinking, I'm almost positive for my TV. 1 second. All right, so back to the point, you know, because I'm coming back in, I'm basically saying that when you got the two parties in the bullying situation, the person who is doing the bullying, in my opinion, needs more attention. And they need more attention because something's wrong. And then, like I said, they're children, and children only do what they learn. They only do learned behavior. I don't care what nobody say or how they put it, but that I stand firm on that opinion. And some people say, oh, there's no such thing as bad children. Shh, the mother won't come back. But with that being said, they're bad because they learned to be bad. They bad because bad behavior was accepted, you know? And people might say, oh, well, the child who's being bullied need more attention because they're going to go and try to commit suicide, or the person who was being bullied, you know, is probably soft, so they need to learn to toughen up and, you know, might need more attention on how to toughen up. But dude, in all actuality, like, the root of that problem is the person who's being the bully. Now, what I can say, I always say I'm gonna put some resources and links in the description. That way, if your child, your child, somebody, your niece, your nephew, auntie, cousin, or anybody, or even yourself, is going through something, they're gonna be resources and there are things to help. Now, I will be honest, none of the resources are not gonna be the resources that I attach are not going to be something that I tried and called myself. Everything that I will post and, you know, send you out, refer you to, is something that I actually tried myself or contact them myself, because some of these places, I feel that they get money to help people, but they're really not doing the help. They're not really doing the work. Versus you have some companies and communities that actually work together and actually are out there putting out programs to help these children. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I wish I was that one, but financially, mentally, stability wise, I'm not able to. I'm just not at this moment. But that is a goal for the future for me, you know, not to be hands-on with it, but actually run something that is placed in all of these communities where children can have that safe haven. Because, like I said, the school system isn't it, the homes isn't it, because obviously, you know, that's what it starts at. But that's where it starts at. It starts at the home. Then you go to school, and you know, and it gets the children in a mindset of, hey, this is okay, this is how the world works. Now, with that being said, first topic, you know, who needs more attention, or who's more so the problem in the bullying situation? In my opinion, it's the bully. Let me know what you think. You think the bully is the problem, or the child is, you know, the bullied is the problem? Now, my second part to that, And I'm only gonna do two parts of that because I did pick up another little gig, and I don't want to be rushed for work. Um, and yeah, I'm just kind of like getting my mental right. I was already exposed myself, but I will. So I did a detox from like the 7th to, when was it? The 23rd. And I was feeling like all anxious and whatever. Well, not anxious. I was feeling away. And now that I took a glass of wine. It's just like my brain kind of like trying to play like, okay, Lisa, what you doing? So with that being said, I don't want to give myself any anxiety, any pressure, or nothing like that to cause me, issues mentally. And you just got to know yourself to know is that deep. But with that being said, the first part of this question was who deserves more attention, or who so is more the problem in a bullying situation. I said the bully. So let me know if you agree. The second part is um of course I don't want to always talk about the problem. The problem was the answer. What do you guys feel like addresses the problem of a person who is bullying someone? Because like I said, what addresses that problem is, what is the result of it, would be, actually sometimes taking that child out of a home, and saying, hey, what is the problem? Because obviously something going on in that home is not the solution. And that's drastic. That's a lot. And a lot of people say, oh, kids need their mother and their father. But we live in a day and age where the parents are causing the most damage. That makes me want to cry just saying that, because for one, bringing a seed into this world with no good intentions is awful. Having a seed in this world and you're not doing right by them is awful. It's very sad, very sad. But back to the solution at hand. Um, a child who is bullying others needs to be, taken away from that situation. A solution needs to be found, because you're causing damage to the community. And that one bad seed spoils the bunch and all that, whatever that saying goes. It's so true, because you can have somebody who's a good child and doing under the good child, whatever, and doing right, and then you got somebody who's harassing them, and then nothing is being done by the harassment. Yeah, and that person turned into a menace, and more than likely, in my opinion, I believe that menace is going to be worse than the person who actually bullied them, because you got to think about all the things that they're fighting. They're fighting themselves and who they want to be, on top of masking that, and they really have to overpower that. And your mental is the strongest. And I don't care what nobody say, that's the main thing. Forget being healthy with your gut, losing weight. You gotta do this. Your mental. If your mental ain't right, nothing is right. If your mental ain't right, nothing is right. So that causes a lot of damage when the person is out there being, you know, aggressive to others for no reason. So when that child is being able to and when that child is able to be taken out of that environment that they're in, and they're able to sit down in a comfortable place and reach into that spot where the damage was done, and the sooner the better. I don't care what nobody say. The sooner the better. It's best that is addressed it early, because when you become older, it's harder to break out bad habits. Now, with that being said, in my opinion, that'll be my solution. Now, how would they go about? And when I say how, I mean the world or the system. How would they go about doing that? I really don't know. They got these alternative schools for bad kids, but I don't know much about it, and I can't really speak too much on it, because I never been in no alternative school for one. I never been classified as a bad kid. I've been in, fights in school and stuff like that, but I never really was a troublemaker. I only been in fights because somebody did something to me, and that was my thing. I did fight, but other than that, I'm not causing no mess. I'm not bullying no kids every day. Now, I did have my share of just standing back talking about people, which I regret. And Because that's just as worse as bullying, sitting up there laughing at somebody with somebody, you know. Like, I learned as an adult, you know, we still do that. And I just be like, that ain't even funny. Or I'll simply say, you never know what that person is going through. And that's just my saying for anything all the time. You never know what that person's going through, so I'm not finna laugh. But with that being said, it gives that child time to heal. Because if someone is bullying somebody, obviously they need to do some healing. And I feel like that's a problem with a lot of people's relationship when they do become 19, 20, 21. They try to go off, oh, I'm free, I'm not at home no more, let me go out here and get in a relationship. You go out and get in a relationship, the relationship goes, I ready to say, the ship goes down, goes to sink, which it is. The ship sinks because either you were the bully or bullied, and you know you're not really, you really didn't get right, and people think, oh, I'm grown, I got this. You don't have it. You don't have it. And with that being said, I'm gonna get off subject, but I try to keep these videos very, very short because I do want to reach out to people, and I do want to catch people's eye, and I know people don't like to sit around for too long. But like I said, I'm gonna put those links down there below. But besides that, you know, the solution to that may be, you know, getting those kids out of school who are being, you know, who are bullying or causing ruckus to the other people. Now, another thing that will address that is us adults stop turning our eye like we don't see it. Stop turning our eye or closing our ears like we don't hear it. Or, oh, Jacob need to just take up for himself. Or we're going to wait till Jacob to report it to us. But you're the one that's supposed to be there to protect them. That's not how I go. That's why this year I am homeschooling my children. Kudos to me. It's gonna be my first year. I'm gonna cry because I don't know what I'm doing. But I will put those links down there. If you're in a few states other than the state that I am in, I will try to add that as well. Because they say the children are our future, and the way our future's going, a lot of adults don't agree with it. A lot of adults be like, oh my gosh, this world is going crazy, this world is going crazy. But what are you doing to contribute to this world so that it doesn't go crazy? What are you doing to be the answer to the problem or the solution to the issue that we have so much, you know? So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this up, do a little quick review, drop my resources, and that's what we're gonna do. All right, so back to the point. So in the situation of a bully and the bullied, I really feel like the bully needs to be addressed, you know, addressed first or made a priority. Like, granted, the bully, you know, the person who's being bullied, they gonna need some help. They gonna need some help, especially depending on the extension or how far the bullying has been took or how far the bullying went. But the bully needs more attention. The bully needs to be, you know, taken out of that situation where he or she, where that person is at. And also, not only that, just evaluate it. And by I mean evaluate it, just find out what's the root of their problem, what's going on with them, to make them feel like they can go around picking on other children. And I only, you know, say children so much because, like I said, we already go in school, and we know before you even become an adult, to be a successful person, you got to go through a childhood, and that childhood is what makes us. Like, and I mean that wholeheartedly, and people know that. People like, oh no, what happened when I was a child? I don't give. You do, and subconsciously it messes with you. And if us as adults can take responsibility of that, then yeah, I think we would be, you know, not ahead of the game, but getting in the game, you know, because we're not in the game right now. Nobody's in the game right now, even myself included. You know, I be on the wagon, then I fall off, and I got to be more consistent myself, and I'm trying. And if anybody else want to work with me, we you know, we build this community of parents, whether you're a father, mother, single father, married, you know, you can be a true quadruplet fam, you know, any of that, but it's all welcome. We just need to work together. You know, we all need to work together as human beings to make this world a better place, so that we are not running around nagging saying the world is so corrupt, the world is so messed up, instead of, you know, nagging about the problem, actually found the solution to the problem. So with that being said, this is Alicia Say My Name Bitch podcast, where what we say ain't for play. And no matter your position in life, we all gonna elevate. Ashe.